What even is that?
These are my moves.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
That's not embarrassing.
Hi. So I recently watched Aftersun, and I was really struck by the visual style of the film, specifically by the filmmaker's use of both rack focus and reflections, often together in the same shot. Both of these techniques are used to draw the audience's attention to specific details or characters at specific moments. Let's break down how Aftersun employs these techniques to tell its story.
He's good. Oh my god, he's doing some real slow motion ninja moves. Why is he so weird sometimes?
Rack focus, the term used to describe when the focus changes during a continuous shot, is normally used for specific kinds of shots. Shots that want to draw your attention to a crucial and often small detail. However, it can be used effectively for other purposes, like to show two different perspectives in the same shot, giving us an idea of what both characters are feeling within the same moment. In Aftersun, the focus point in shots would often change between two subjects or between a character and the background, which creates a visual style that is both interesting, unexpected, and exciting to watch. It also allows the filmmakers to capture in one shot what most films would normally capture in multiple shots, which means that shots generally tend to be longer, and some scenes play out entirely in one shot. However, it has to be said that shooting in this way can be more difficult since there are a lot of moving parts to take into consideration, one of the most important being the focus pulling, since it changes several times during the shot, and if not executed properly can ruin an otherwise good take.
Mum wants to talk to you.
What?
Mum wants to talk to you.
Right.
Of course, this visual style might not suit every film, but it definitely suits these more personal kinds of films, where a lot is left unsaid and the focus of the shots can be used in place of dialogue to convey ideas or to add to the atmosphere. In my previous video on Wong Kar-wai, I spoke about how he likes to convey the internal emotional state of his characters visually instead of through dialogue, and I feel Aftersun does the same thing, allowing us to interpret the meaning of shots through its framing or its juxtaposition. Another interesting visual trick is the use of reflections, creating compositions that allow both characters to take up space in the frame, even when only one is the focus. This is seen in the opening sequence of the film, where you can see the outline of adult Sophie watching the videotape on TV. And this trick recurs throughout the film, often at important or intimate moments between two characters. Like when Sophie is playing an arcade game with another boy. We get this feeling that she is only half focusing on the game and is very aware of him next to her, hinting at a possible attraction towards him. Looking at something through a reflection can be used to heighten details or to remove unnecessary information. Instead of looking at something happening, we are looking at it through another lens, like the lens of a memory. The image is clear but still distorted enough that not everything is able to be shown in full focus or in the full context of the situation it is in. Kind of like when we recall memories, we are able to recall the emotions that we felt at the time and the larger details of what happened, but most of us are never able to recall the smaller details, like who else was there, what clothes people were wearing, or what food they were eating. We do not remember what the hotel room looked like, but we remember that there was a fan blowing, cooling us down while we did our Tai Chi in private. We also may have a record of what happened, like a video, but as soon as the video ends, it becomes harder to accurately recall what happened afterwards, like what was done or what was said. This is an incredible shot, by the way. But my favorite shot in the film has to be this one, and it makes use of both reflections and rack focus. In this scene, Sophie lies down on the bed waiting for Callum to finish getting ready so that they can go out. Callum asks how Sophie is feeling.
You okay through there?
And Sophie gives an unexpected answer.
I don't know, I guess. And then you come home and feel tired and down and...
As she attempts to explain how she feels, the camera pans over to Callum to get his reaction. And it's apparent that he recognizes what she is saying and is clearly upset with himself.
like you're sinking. I don't know. It's weird.
Because what Sophie is describing is feeling signs similar to depression, and Callum blames himself for that. He most likely feels he passed on to her what he is suffering from, and that makes him feel almost disgusted with himself, resulting in him spitting onto the mirror. It's a really powerful scene that is shot so beautifully and intimately, and ends with the reveal that he didn't even clean the mirror afterwards. Aftersun is this beautifully shot, intimate portrait of a father-daughter relationship that is being re-examined from the perspective of the daughter now grown up. It perfectly portrays the dance that parents have to do with their children, especially as they grow up and become more independent and perceptive. Callum tries his best to put on a brave face for Sophie and hide what is really going on in his life, and largely succeeds, except for a few moments where he slips and gives her glimpses of how he really feels. But when he is alone, the facade completely disappears, revealing the true nature of his struggles. Struggles that might not have been clear to Sophie as a child, but are apparent to Sophie now that she is all grown up and potentially going through her own struggles. To me, the film is a stark reminder that no matter how close you are to someone, it can still be extremely difficult to see what they are going through and how they are feeling. Sometimes you are able to, and other times, not until it is too late. My name is Brandon. Thank you for watching.